Okay, so you got your brushes, you got a frame and wheel, all the hard to reach places, like you can even clean, like, you know, down there where it gets all dirty and you never clean with that one. Nice grip handle. And then you've got your sprocket cleaner, and also for in between the sprockets, so you can scrape gum. And then if I start from the top left, so most of the products on the top here are for you. Washcraft. Let's say a customer's just brought a technical garment that's got a coating on it. Or you know how sports fabrics, after a while, they can take on a bit of a stench, and your normal detergent is either way too evasive on it and it gets rid of your protective coatings, like an aero coating on a skin suit or a waterproofing like Gabba
so
or
it's
something.
for the washing machine.
So it's for your washing machine, so that it works with enzymes. So the enzymes eat the bacteria of the sweat instead of harsh detergents. So that's why it keeps your garments good for long. So yeah, if someone's bought a technical product, I'd bring them over
And
here
it's
and
safe
say
on the Gabba material?
that's what it's for.
Yeah,
it's for
perfect.
that. So these two products, fabulous finish and protective wax, are for your frame once you've washed your bike. That one puts a gloss finish. That one puts a satin matte finish.
So it's kind of like silicone versus high polish.
Yeah, like that, yeah. Wipeout, this will be a popular product for riders of tubeless tyres. You know, when you get the tubeless spray up the back and then you get back and
right.
it
You
is
can't
so
get it off.
friggin' hard to get off.
Yeah.
That stuff will take it off without destroying your paint.
Nice.
So that's Wipeout. Sweatopia. Sweatopia is for people who do a lot of indoor training and they sweat all over the place. So if they keep their bike coated in a little film of Sweatopia, you're not going to get all that rust
Anti-corrosion
popping
stuff.
up. Yeah, anti-corrosion. So that's for your indoor trainer.
Yeah.
Lens Love. This is one of those products when I was doing the order and I was like, oh, do we really need that? And then I thought, nah, commit to the whole range.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've used this stuff. It's unbelievable. I've done about 700 Ks outdoors. I've put it on my glasses inside lens and out once. I've ridden in rain, in heat. I've sweated. There's been shit coming off the road. My glasses are crystal clear. So they say you probably only need to apply it every couple of weeks. So if you want clear glasses and not always smudging them with your t-shirt and that sort of thing, yeah, Lens Love.
Cool.
Funky Feet, this is another cool product, especially in today's climate where people are doing a lot of gravel and you get wet, smelly feet. Or let's say you're a Bont user and you ride indoors, those things can really take on.
So you put this on in the shoe?
Yeah, so you take the cap off and then you just put this into the shoe, toes up here, and press down.
And it sprays the length of the shoe.
Yeah, it sprays the length of the shoe. Funky Feet.
Nice.
Dr. Dry. So this is an awesome product for people who train year round. So this makes your garments dry, waterproof, or water resistant.
Oh, so you add it to your product. So say your old Gabba isn't what it used to be, you could spray it on there. And
or your arm warmers or your whatever, even a garment that doesn't have a film on it.
Oh, so your non-Nanoflex Castelli arm warmers, just the thermal ones, you could add that to it and it will turn it into like a waterproof arm warmer.
And it also breathes as well. So
Nice.
it doesn't put like a paint sort of thing on it,
Yeah,
making it one way. It allows the garment to breathe, but makes your garment a dry garment.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Barkeeper, this is your tubeless fluid, and they highly recommend it for road as well. It's got fibers in it, so they work on high pressure. It's safe for carbon wheels and also the tire inserts, so it's non-ammonia, non-corrosive. It is sticky when you get it on your fingers, so you can see you can see how it works.
And I see you got the valves as well.
Valves, we've got those in 2 lengths.
What
So
lengths have you got those in?
I think we've got them in 40 and 70.
Oh yeah.
And the little valve cap on the end also doubles up as a valve core remover.
Oh, cool.
So see how it's got a little square in it. E-bike lube. So when we talk about lubricants, I never knew this before we started with this brand, but it was something that the owners were real hot on last year at Eurobike, which sold it to us basically. Was in lubricants, in the industry of lubricants, there's a thing called a Brugger value. And that one's displayed loud and proud on the front right there. A Brugger value is a Newton meters of force see that's 130 Newton meters of force, and that's its Brugger value. It's how much lubricant is still between two metal surfaces that are under extreme load. So you can imagine that the more pressure you put on two metal surfaces, the less lubricant is going to be in there because it's pushing it out. So he said there's not a single pro rider that waxes their chain, because as soon as you apply around 500 watts to a waxed chain, like a hard wax chain, it cracks off and it's gone. You've got bare metal. And you know, racers are doing that right from the get-go.
What about the people that are adding like a liquid wax to that wax chain? Is that going to be better?
It won't stick to the metal surfaces. It just falls off. It needs an additive in there to make it stick. That's right. So all of their lubricants have a Brugger value.
So 50 Newton meters. So what's that slick wax for if it's only 50 Newton meters?
So that's still really high. Like,
how many watts would
I don't want to name other brands, but other brands that say we're the fastest lubricant on the market. They test at 350 watts. So 350 watts is like a time trial watt. Okay. That's it. As soon as you go above that, it doesn't have the additives in there to keep it on the surface, and it squishes out. So you can imagine any time trialist anyway, as soon as there's a roller, they're going up to 600. So they've lost the lubricant off that metal surface. So you have to add a lot of additives to the lubricant to increase its Brugger value so that it stays on the
So is there
surface.
like a watts versus Brugger value? Like if what's 500 watts and Brugger value?
So this is the magic number. This is insane, this one. So this one here, if we start at this, the Speed Potion Wax, that's their fastest lubricant they make. So they made this for Jumbo Visma last year. And then there was a mechanic change that went to another team, current world champion, and they were like, we have to have this. So they came to Dynamic, and so now they supply Alpecin as well. They also supply...
So not only the team that won all 3 Grand Tours, but also the World Champions team and the Classics winner.
Primoz, Wout and Matthew, all rolling the Speed Potion Wax.
So this is the shizzle.
So this is the stuff they use. It's got the highest Brugger rating in the industry. So 130 Newton meters of force in your chain is still lubricated. So the way you use this is clean the chain with a cleaner, hose it off, let the chain dry, and then you add 1 drop per bushing on the chain, and it's so runny. Like, I'm not even going to squeeze the bottle, but you see that coming out the end. So that's a drop. You add 1 drop. The second you add that to your chain, it just disappears on the metal surface down into the, through the gaps and where it needs to lubricate. They say you can get around 800 kilometers with 1 lube, or around 500 k's if you're riding and there's some rides in the rain, that sort of thing, which of course reduces how long something can stay on the metal surface for. So that's an $80 retail bottle of lube, right? It's 100 mil. So for the last 3 weeks, I've maintained 3 bikes, and I've lubricated the chains twice. I'm imagining I'm going to get 12 months out of 1 bottle servicing 3 bikes, lubricant. So whilst it's $80 up front, that's a long-lasting product. So if you're a performance guy, if you're a racer, time trialist, this is the stuff that you'll want to roll. So as you pointed out, that's the fastest. We need more of this. You're right. This is also the fastest. This is it's very close to this one. You can see the Brugger value of this is 115, and it's a bio product as well. You've got the green leaf, but this is their fastest bio oil with the same additive as this. So if you're riding in like wet conditions and this sort of thing, I would probably run this one as opposed to this one. because this will stay on your chain for many more days.
And if people are travelling with this, flying, they're all safe to travel with?
All safe to travel with, yeah. Then you've got your 2 wax products. They're both bio products. There's a lot of people in the industry who use waxes, and if you like waxes, you've got slick wax, which is great in the dry and great in the wet, and then the dry lube, which is a quicker product than this one, but better for the dry. So you can see a 135 Brugger. It's a bit gloopier, like a wax. Won't run as fast as this one. But it still stays on your chain under extreme load.
So good for gravel riders.
Great for gravel riders, yeah. Also great for e-bikers because it's got such a high rating where you put like a big load on there.
I noticed even their e-bike one only had like 115.
Yeah, so 115's it's mega high, and so the reason why you'd probably run this as a e-biker is because it's an all-round lube. It'll stay on your chain, won't keep your chain like super shiny, but that's probably not important for an e-biker. You want to have like a good film on the chain.
Does that have like metal filaments inside it?
It has additives to keep it on under wet weather. So 115 Newton meters of force, and you've still got lube on those parts, and riders will hit those sorts of forces on an e-bike because they're so torquey. So e-bike lube, that'll be popular. Then you've got 2 all-round lubes. One is a bio lube, the other is not. The as not is a test winner, so it's super long lasting. This is probably the one for most people out there who ride bikes. You've got a pocket sprocket, so when you're cleaning your bike or travelling, it'll hold your chain. It works with 12mm through axles.
So how does that work?
So you take your wheel off, and then you slide this through, and you have your chain running on here.
Oh, okay. So like when you're cleaning your bike. So basically it's going to stop your chain from grinding against the frame.
That's right. Carbon assembly paste. So when you buy a brand new bike, and inside that box of parts, when you're assembling it, there's a little satchel of carbon assembly paste. So Dynamic make the carbon assembly paste for around 70% of the world's brands. And you know why is that? That's because it's the best one out there. It's the only carbon assembly paste that won't scratch up your carbon parts. They do one thing different to everyone else's carbon assembly paste. Everyone else uses little tiny sharp shards of plastic which create grip when you apply force to the bolt. But what Dynamic do, which protects your carbon parts, and let's say it's a seat post and you're putting it up or down or whatever, you don't want it all scratched up. Their little pieces inside the guiding agent are shaped like pieces of rice, much smaller. So when you apply force on the bolt, they squash, and so that is what creates the purchase between the 2 carbon parts, preventing them from slipping and also not scratching your carbon surfaces. So that's the carbon assembly paste.
Nice.
So I've been using Drivetrain Detox, and it comes in 2 sizes, 1,000 and a 500. The reason why I tried this one is because it's the biodegradable product. It's got the green leaf, and I wanted to see how good a bio degreaser is. You know, because often maybe it's not as good as the non-bio one.
Yeah, we've used some of them in the past, and they haven't been quite as good at getting off the grind as quickly. But
so that's what I wanted to try. So I sprayed this on, spray it on, and it foams up, goes white. And then I left it for 2 minutes and gave it a little scrub, and then just a hose off. And everything came off, leaving bare metal. So I was quite impressed with that, because the one that I was using formerly was not a bio cleaner. So once I'm finished that, I'm going to use the non-bio chain cleaner, and I'm going to see if there's any difference between the two of them. This one here is a good one to use if you were to use like the chain cleaner. You can pour it in there and run your chain through the cleaner.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm super impressed with Drivetrain Detox, and it's cool knowing it's a bio product. Mechanics Magic. So this is a product that all workshops will have. It's the sort of product that you might want to spray on every single spoke nipple after you've done a real dirty wet gravel ride, on those stem bolts to stop them corroding up.
Has it got like a type of inox in it?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So it works on loosening parts that might be seized or might be prone to seizing. It's got a good long adjustable sprayer as well, so you can get in anywhere.
Cool.
Dirt Destroy, I've tried this too. This is a real cool product. It's big in Europe, probably not so big in New Zealand, but you just wet your bike and then spray this foam on, and it just expands.
Like anywhere, or
spray it anywhere. You can spray it on your brakes. It doesn't matter. It won't contaminate anything. It's a bio product. And then you let it foam up, leave it for a couple of minutes, and then just hose it off. And it's like got in under all of that hard to remove stuff and just taken it out.
Cool. This next one, Badass Bubbles.
Badass Bubbles. So this is if you've got like a real dirty bike, or you're going to clean, a few bikes in a go. It's economical. You put about 10 mils into a bucket of water, and then it comes up real foamy while you're scrubbing away.
So you could clean your car with it too?
You wash your car with that too, yeah.
Cool.
Brake Booster, that cleans your brake rotors, so if you're suffering from squeaky brakes, put that on.
A little bit like silencer?
So that's what they say. It'll make your brakes go silent by removing any contaminants off there that you can't see. Bio Filth Fighter is basically Badass Bubbles in a non-concentrated form.
Oh, you just
and
spray
with
it.
a spray.
Yeah.
So let's say you're cleaning your bike somewhere where you can't really use a bucket and wash it down.
Yeah.
You might just have your bike in the garage, and you'll spray it onto the bike or onto a cloth, and wipe it down. Yeah, so it takes everything off.
Like if you live in an apartment or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it will leave a film on the bike. So then we've got 6 greases. So we've got fork grease. So that'll be a popular one in New Zealand. Basically, disassemble your forks, and it makes them run silky smooth. Chris from work grabbed a pot of this as soon as it arrived, and he did the forks on his bike just before the Prospector.
Oh yeah.
And he said they glide so smooth, doesn't attract any debris either. All-round grease, so as the name implies, you can use that on pretty much any places. It's certainly good for threads and that sort of thing if you're the type of person that's always removing your stem or your pedals.
Yep. Assembly
Paste Pro. So this is another assembly paste, but for non-carbon parts.
Oh yeah, so alloy assembly paste.
Yeah. Garlic grease is a bearing grease.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bearing grease that allows bearings to move nicely without the grease clumping. All-round grease, that's very similar to this one here, but it's better under zones which are under heavy load. And then Galactic grease is a all-round grease as well, with like the waterproofing properties in it.
Yeah, it looks like similar to that Shimano green grease.
So if you've got areas which are prone to moisture coming in, use some of that around the edges or around seals.
Oh yeah, kind of like an aqua paste.
Like that, yeah.
Cool.
Then you've got a towel. You can either use it on yourself in your trainer cave or on your bike once you've finished washing it, and it's a microfiber, so it won't scratch your bike.
Cool.
Absorbs heaps of water.
Yeah. And I see you got kits as well.
And then we've got kits, so they're a great gift idea or to get people started on the product. And you can, if they're the sort of person that rides indoors a lot, pain cave. What a great present, you know, Sweatopia to stop your bike. What's Up? So that's What's Up is actually the absolute fastest lube, but it's an indoor lube.
Oh, okay.
It's basically 100% additive, so it's super fast.
So good for velodrome bikes.
Yeah, great for velodrome bikes. Yeah, good, cool.
Yeah, and you get a bottle with that one.
You get a drink bottle and the after watt as well for cleaning your bike down afterwards. Yeah, so you don't have any bacteria on it. This is the one for the Speed Freak, the Speed Potion pack. It's got the Speed Potion wax, so 1 drop per chain bushel. Drivetrain detox first to bare metal it, then that, and then the little brush. What that's for is after you've applied 1 drop per link, you hold this above the chain and just back pedal, and it will take off any excess and just smooth it along the top of the bushings.
Oh yeah.
Then you've got the chain care box. So this is the one for people if they often get like a real dirty drivetrain, and just a simple spray with detox cleaner isn't enough. You might be a gravel rider, right? You want to get like everything out. It's got the chain cleaner inside. So yeah, you fill up to the line, run your chain through it, and have you ever used a chain cleaner before?
Oh, a long time ago.
Long time ago, yeah. They're pretty awesome for like filthy chains.
They're good when they're new, but they tend to fill up with gunk on the brushes unless you clean them out.
You've got to clean it.
Yeah.
Drivetrain detox with a slick wax as well. This one here for the wax user.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one here with the BioLube, the chain cleaner, the frame and wheel brush, and then Dirt Destroy. So you spray the Dirt Destroy on first if you've got real stubborn stuff. You know how you often won't be able to clean around where your rotors go, or down in that little gap where your chainring is and that sort of thing. If you spray that on those areas,
these tight to get areas.
Yep. If you spray down there, then that will that'll ensure that they come up as clean as what the easier to reach places do.
Cool. Oh, well, thanks for showing us the range. It's been good hearing all about it. Look forward to using it.